Hey friends and family, how are you guys doing today? Alright, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up into what I'm doing here at Flow Recovery. I wanted to walk you through it from point A to point B to kind of give you an idea, just so you're a little bit more aware. Some of you guys are asking questions about what I'm doing, other you guys are kind of just confused, so I'm here to clear it up for you, answer any questions. Also, I'm going to give you guys a link, and hopefully you guys can share and be a part of this mission with me, all right? And I'm going to also shine a little insight into why I made this switch over from working in the rehab industry. First and foremost, I started Flow Recovery because for me, yoga and meditation was the key factor in my recovery. I don't think there was a time when I wasn't doing yoga or meditating that I was truly happy. I don't think that there was a time where I wasn't contemplating whether or not when I was going to get high next, much less whether or not I wanted to live. That's just the grueling nature of addiction. However, I was fortunate enough to find recovery in meditation and yoga. I did do the rooms. I'm not going to knock on that whatsoever. I still have a sponsee. I still attend a meeting every now and then. I do believe that it is helpful. However, I do also believe that it's much more than just 12 steps. You need to revolve around health, and with a healthy gut and a healthy mind, you will no longer use drugs and alcohol. There's just no possible way because you feel way too good. And we're going to get to that later on how we're going to find that out. So if you hear little pings, I apologize. I'm just doing this on the computer. Like I said, we're operating with a really thin shoestring budget, meaning my income right now, which is very minuscule. So here we go. All right, so the overall goal that I have with Flow is to take the yoga and the meditation and design yoga flows that after we do brain mapping will allow us to see which poses release certain chemicals in the brain to actually be tailored more to the mind of an addict or an alcoholic. We know that we deplete our dopamine, that our serotonin's messed with, that not only does our melatonin get messed with, I mean, it's hard for us to sleep. There's a lot of these factors all in one that go into reasons it's difficult to recover, and why it's so important to build these flows, because when you make a drug addict feel good and you give them kind of an immediate sense of gratification, an immediate feel good, they're way more prone to do it again than something that is a little bit more spread out, takes a little bit longer to kind of see the results and move forward and so on and so forth. So that's one thing that we deal with as addicts. I have worked in the rehab industry. That's how I know this. Starting an IOP recently, we were quite successful. They're still operating that business. I'm just no longer a part of that. Also, I worked in testing, and of course I was in rehab before, so I know how it kind of works. I also know what all programs are out there because I've been to every single one of them trying to find what works best for me. And Refuge ended up working really well, but at the end, yoga and meditation became my daily practice and my devotion to Buddhism, which is why I no longer use. However, that's not the focus. Flow Recovery is not about me. It's about other people and what this does. So after we develop these flows and we start to do brain mapping on not only drug addicts and alcoholics, but men and women with eating disorders as well and mental disorders, we start to develop these flows. And I will be working on the anatomy while I'm in India with these yogis at Ekam Shala. I'm planning on going for 500 hours. That way I really, really get in depth with the teaching and the knowledge behind the anatomy. And then when I come back here to the U.S., have a team of doctors here in Los Angeles that I'll be working with. And hopefully with some extra funds that we have, we would be able to pay participants, not a lot, maybe $25 if they participate in a class and we're able to do their brain scan. It just depends on how much we need, and what all we find with these flows. So after developing this, I do want to take it to the Yoga Alliance. The overall cost that I'm looking to raise initially is $7,500. That's not a lot from you guys. I am going to take whatever I make in the interim driving Uber because I'm unemployed. I'm going to throw some of that in there. But I have to make rent and stuff back here to be able to last. My roommate's been amazing. He's going to take my deposit, use that while I'm in India, to put towards my rent. So we're trying to, knock down costs as much as we can. My main goal is to be transparent with you guys. Every bit of money that is brought in will be showed to you guys. Those of you who donate, if this, of course, is approved, which I'm pretty sure it will be with the evidence that we find by the Yoga Alliance, we'll be able to hopefully get this incorporated into rehabs as a supplemental tool, as well as for other people to go in and teach in the community as donation classes or as a regular class, whatever they want to do. My overall goal, end goal for all of this is to operate a rehab in which the first 30 days is focused on health and Ayurvedic diet, and making sure that they're healthy and they're active, at least starting to get active. Some may take longer depending on the drug and alcohol abuse or mental disorder they have, to get them to the second stage. Maybe they don't go into the teacher training. Maybe they just want to focus on their health. That's fine. But the second 60 days, if they want, or even the last 200 days, we could do a little bit more of a direct, or the last 30 days, we could do a 200-hour teacher training as well, a little bit more direct if they need more time. But by the time they leave our rehab, they are able to teach yoga, not only teach yoga, but teach a style of yoga that will actually be more beneficial for their recovery. And yeah. So, like, they can teach as soon as you get out of recovery. The biggest problem that we have is a lot of kids go right back to the street. The biggest thing is they go right back into the street because they don't have a job. They don't have a way to make money. They're not looking for a way to make money. The rehabs are too expensive. Their insurance stops paying. The way that I want to moderate mine is hopefully I could do it overseas. Because I can keep the cost down. The reason I'm going to India is because the cost is cheaper for me to do my research there than it is to do it in the U.S. for all the hours that I'm doing. We can do a 30-day getting health, 60-day yoga teacher training. They're able to get paid when they leave. They have jobs. They're healthy. They are way more inclined to stay sober if you're part of a healthy, supportive community doing something like yoga or being vegan or giving back to the community, whatever you want to do, even if it's just a daily practice of yoga on top of your regular work, whatever you want to do, you'll have that teaching certificate. I just implore all of you to kind of see past this big pharma system, to see past this whole idea that we're making movement because we're really not. It's sad. It's just sad. It's sad. And through yoga and meditation, I know that we can find a healthier balance, at least to bring a little bit more hope and a little bit more promise to everyone struggling with these diseases. I want to thank everybody for taking time to listen to me today. I know I've rambled. I know I probably got off a little topic every now and then. I apologize for my wrist blinging. I got sprained wrist the other day, but that hasn't stopped me. We have an address now in Santa Monica. If you want to send any donations, it's 2219 Suite 269 Main Street, Santa Monica, North Carolina 90405. That's over at Beach House Co-work. If anybody wants to donate any time there for the co-working space, you could call them and say, hey, for Flow Recovery, we want to pay for that. If anybody wants to donate the flight to India, you're more than welcome to do that. You can send it to my email. It's gray@flowrecovery.com. Yoga. I'm getting the website up tonight. If anybody wants to donate the course, it's $2,500 for 500 hours. I can go as soon as possible. As soon as I raise the money, we can go and start this research into the yoga. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you, Trip. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Jean, for already supporting. We raised $160 of the $7,500 goal. I know that's not a lot yet, but we're getting there. Each day we'll inch a little closer. Thank you all so much. Namaste.